The following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello to my subscribers, this is the Tiafangi coming to you with what will hopefully be a quick and successful review. And tonight we're going to be taking a look at my first review for the year 2025. And tonight's video will focus on a figure that was released almost a year ago. And it is the Transformers Legacy United Leader Class Tigerhawk. So this guy was released in Wave 1 of the Legacy United line between December of 2023 and January of 2024, and Legacy United started off strong with characters like Tigerhawk because all the characters released in Wave 1 of Legacy United, none of them were Generation 1 Transformers characters, and for the first time that Transformers fans and collectors could remember, it was the first wave in the overall Transformers Generations line, which has existed and been ongoing with various sublines being released all the way back since 2010. And so, to have an entire wave free of non-G1, full of non-G1 Transformers characters was a pleasant surprise for most Transformers fans and collectors, and the general consensus is that Tigerhawk was one of the great leader class figures of the Legacy United line. So there he is in all his splendor and glory. One nice thing that the new Legacy United version of Metal Hawk has over his original Beast Wars action figure that was released, I believe, in 1998, was when the original Beast Wars Tigerhawk figure came out, is that his paint job much more closely resembles the one that he had in the Beast Wars cartoon show. So there's some artwork of Tigerhawk in his Beast mode, and just like Legacy United, Beast Wars Silverbolt, which I reviewed a couple of weeks ago, Tigerhawk was not only a Transmetal, but it's been argued that he was also a Fusor. And the Fusors were Transformers Beast Wars characters who, when they came online and activated a beast to take on for a Beast mode, the Fusors accidentally ended up scanning the DNA samples of two different animals at the same time, and so Tigerhawk is a fusion of a tiger, as his name reveals, and of course a hawk. So very appropriate name for the two animals that he's fused with. I'll explain how he was created later on in the video, but there is some artwork of his beast mode. Here on the side of the box you've got a close-up of Tigerhawk's face, and his robot mode. He's charging into battle against the Predacons. On this side of the box you've got half of the poster image for the Legacy United line. 2024, which was last year, was the 40th anniversary of the Transformers franchise. Nice, and coming around here to the back of the box, you've got your product photos. There's Tigerhawk in his robot mode, and in his beast mode of a fused hawk and tiger, Iger beast, and here he transforms back and forth between both modes in 43 steps. And as I said, Tigerhawk's, his new Legacy United figure, has a paint job that much more closely resembles his appearance in the Beast Wars cartoon, where his three main paint jobs are white, metallic navy blue, and grayish brown, which I think it's supposed to mimic bronze, but I could be incorrect. But yeah, that's the color scheme that he had in the original Beast Wars cartoon. Tigerhawk's original Beast Wars figure had a brighter shade of blue, and I believe the parts that were grayish-brown in the Beast Wars cartoon, I think they might have been red on his original Beast Wars action figure. I should have looked it up before I started recording the video, but yeah, Tigerhawk, his new Legacy figure is a lot more cartoon-accurate than the original, and a side note is that back when the Beast Wars cartoon was winding down and its last couple of episodes were in production, Mainframe Productions, which was the name of the studio that animated the Beast Wars cartoon for television screens, they kept asking Hasbro if they wanted Tigerhawk to appear in the cartoon, and it literally wasn't until the last minute that Hasbro finally decided to say, yes, we would like Tigerhawk to be one of the characters to appear in the Beast Wars cartoon. And so because of that, production had wrapped up on most of the Transformers Beast Wars episodes, especially the series finale being one of them. And so as a result, Tigerhawk only appears in 2 episodes of the Beast Wars cartoon because Hasbro was so late in telling Mainframe Productions that they did want him to appear in the Beast Wars cartoon. And so Tigerhawk appeared in the first episode Tigerhawk appeared in was the episode where he was created, and then in the next episode Tigerhawk tragically died trying to stop Beast Wars Megatron and the Predacons from destroying the Ark, the Autobots, and and the Maximals. So yes, that is the reason why Tigerhawk arguably has the briefest appearance out of all the characters to appear in Transformers Beast Wars, even though he appeared in 2 episodes, while other equally known characters such as Transmutate appeared in just 1 solitary episode. So that is Tigerhawk's legacy, is that despite appearing in just 2 episodes of Transformers Beast Wars, he is one of the best remembered and highly regarded characters in Transformers Beast Wars, and his new Legacy United figure has been a welcome addition by Transformers fans and collectors. So that's pretty much a majority of the background for Tigerhawk, except how he was created. So in the Beast Wars cartoon, Tigerhawk arguably has the most interesting creation story, even more interesting than the aforementioned Transmutate, and even more interesting than most of the other Transformers characters that came online during the events of the Beast Wars cartoon, such as the other Fusers, Silverbolt, and Predacon Quickstrike, who still hasn't gotten a modern-day figure, but hopefully Quickstrike will be one of the Beast Wars characters that gets a modern-day action figure sometime in the near future. But how Tigerhawk was created was that, and I'm not making this up, for those who haven't watched the Beast Wars cartoon, spoiler alert, Tigerhawk is actually the son of 2 other characters who appeared in Beast Wars who were given modern-day figures back during the Transformers Kingdom line in 2021. Tigerhawk is the son of the 2 Maximals, Tigatron and Airazor. So how does that happen when Transformers aren't aided biologically through sexual reproduction? I hear you guys asking in the background. So basically what happened was Tigatron and Airazor, at the end of Season 2 of Transformers Beast Wars, they were captured by a species of alien that was using prehistoric Earth for scientific experiments known as the Vok. The Vok never showed their true form to the Transformers. After capturing Optimus Primal during Season 1 of the Beast Wars cartoon, they took on the form of Unicron to show that they were a threat, and they viewed the Transformers as their enemies. And so during the end of Season 2, the Vok captured Tigatron and Airazor, and they tried to experiment on them, but Airazor and Tigatron's bond caused them to link together, and they fought the Vok's resistance to try and take over and control them. And in the result of trying to fight off the Vok and trying to save themselves at the same time, Tigatron and Airazor fused together, their 2 sparks and their bodies fused into one brand new even more powerful Maximal, and the result was the creation of Tigatron. So yeah, I just said Tigatron. Tigerhawk was the result of that. So yeah, that is how Tigerhawk was created in the Beast Wars cartoon. Many people have argued that he's the literal son of Tigatron and Airazor, even though the Transformers aren't created biologically through sexual reproduction. They're created aided through a process of bringing mechanical life to sparks, which are spheres of light that contain pure life forms. That's the best way I can describe what a spark is. So whether you consider Tigerhawk to be Tigatron and Airazor's literal son, or just a copy or a reproduction or a fusion of them melded into one mind, that is how Tigerhawk was created. It's one of the weirdest creation stories, arguably, in the Transformers franchise, but others would view it as being the closest creation to a Transformer being created the same way human beings are. But either way you look at it, Tigerhawk has one of arguably the most interesting creation stories out of all the Transformers characters from every Transformers cartoon show. So without further delay, let's get him out of his box and take a close look at him in his robot mode. Alright, and so here is Legacy United Leader Class Tigerhawk out of his box, and depending on how you have his wings displayed, he is massive. He is one of the larger sized Leader Class Transformers figures of the Legacy United line, and I can see why a lot of fans and collectors, when he first came out and were able to review him right away, have said that he's one of the great figures of Legacy United. I mean, I just can't get over how impressive Tigerhawk looks. Here's a close-up of his head sculpt, and of course my camera's blurring it out as I get too close. But yeah, he's quite incredible. Like I said, what Tigerhawk has going for him most is accuracy to his appearance in the Beast Wars cartoon, which this new figure pulls off much better than the original Beast Wars figure did. And your eyes are not deceiving you, he is asymmetrical. During the final waves of the Beast Wars toy line, of the original line of Beast Wars action figures, Hasbro and Takara wanted to go for more asymmetrical designs than symmetrical ones, just to try and see how they could get the Beast Wars characters to transform into different types of beasts. And so the result is that Tigerhawk has two different shoulders in robot mode. One shoulder is the tiger head of his beast mode, and the other shoulder is actually a nod to his original Beast Wars action figure, where the Fusors and the Transmetal 2s had their faction symbols hidden underneath these built-in Energon crystals that showed which faction they were a part of. So it doesn't. I can't remember. I thought it had a push-down button gimmick where you could reveal the faction symbol and then pushing it down again made it blank, I think, to hide the character's allegiance. But even though the gimmick has been removed, like most gimmicks have been removed on modern Transformers figures, Tigerhawk does at least have a Maximal symbol there on the center of his chest. There's no outline to it, like most faction symbols on Transformers figures have been lately, because having an outline frame reduces the cost of paint. That's the real-life reason why they aren't there. But I tried to forgive Hasbro and Takara for removing the outlines on faction symbols, because not having an outline symbol, it is more accurate to the character's appearance in the cartoons, and it also helps them be more of a robot in disguise, even though Tigerhawk's beast mode of a half tiger, half hawk fused creature is, I forgot the term of that type of, forgot the term in Japan, and for creatures that are fusions of different animals. But anyways, the point is, Tigerhawk isn't much of a robot in disguise with his alt-mode, but of a half tiger, half hawk mutant monster creature. But I do enjoy him now that he's out of the box. And yeah, Tigerhawk was pretty massive in the Beast Wars cartoon. It didn't quite say directly, but I think what they were trying to go for was the fact that Tigerhawk is a fusion of both Tigatron and Airazor. It resulted in him being quite enormous. So that's really cool. He really is one of the more imposing Maximals. So it is a tragedy that because Hasbro was so late in asking Mainframe Productions to put Tigerhawk in the Beast Wars cartoon, that he only lasted 2 episodes, and as quickly as he appeared, Tigerhawk quickly was killed off and defeated by Beast Wars Megatron. So that's been a joke amongst us many Transformers fans and collectors, is that Tigerhawk was such a noble and peace-loving having Maximal that despite his size and the amount of weapons that he had as in him, he just couldn't last in a fight with Beast Wars Megatron. He has these 2 double-bladed swords, which are formed by the wing feathers from his beast mode. He also has this mounted double-barrel wrist cannon, which I believe it is accurate to the wrist cannon that he had in the Beast Wars cartoon. I wish that he would have come with 2 of them, but having just one, again, it helps with the asymmetrical look that the designers were going for at the time with the Fusors and the later Beast Wars characters not having symmetry to their robot modes as a result of the types of beasts that they transformed into. Most of the time he appeared in the Beast Wars cartoon, Tigerhawk was flying around, so having his wings spread out like this is pretty accurate. You can have the wings at different angles if you want to if you want to save on shelving space. You can condense his wings by having them folded in, and then you can have them folded inward and also backwards. If you want to make him a little more condensed. But the main reason why his wings are so flexible was to allow a lot of motion of his wings when you transform him into his beast mode. Before we get around to doing that, for some size comparisons, here is Tigerhawk next to his parents. Here he is next to Kingdom Airazor, and here he is next to Kingdom Tigatron. And so as you can see, one thing I've always personally joked to myself about is that Tigerhawk being created by the fusing together of Airazor and Tigatron, it showed that the bond that the 2 of them had for each other was so massive that when the time came for them to combine their powers together. The end result was a massive effect. The end result showed how massive the connection Tigatron and Airazor had between each other, and so I've just always joked that that's one reason why Tigerhawk is so much more massive than his parents. But yeah, overall he's a fantastic action figure. For articulation, Tigerhawk does technically have the ability to spin his head around 360 degrees, but this one piece here behind his head, there's a little piece that connects it when in beast mode to the back of his neck, so turning his head around to the back is limited in robot mode. Both the arms, despite the non-identical shoulders, they have the potential to spin 360 degrees around clockwise and counterclockwise at the shoulder, but to get the full range of motion you have to move the wings out of the way. Okay, so the arm articulation is hindered a bit by the wings. Swivel joint in the bicep, hinge joint in the elbow. No wrist swivels due to how the hands transform by folding inside the arms when transforming into beast mode. You do have a waist swivel, but even if you do move the hip skirt up out of the way, they're marred by the this hinge joint right here, as you can see right there inside the arm. It hinders the waist joint due to transformation. The legs have the potential to move forward that far. They can go backwards this far. So nice universal joints at the hips. The legs can go out this far, so Tigerhawk can do a full split. Swivel joint in the thigh, but it's very tight out of the box, and it's hindered by the way Tigerhawk's pelvis is shaped. He does have a knee bend, but the full range is hindered by the beast mode claws that hang off the back of Tigerhawk's shins, and the feet can go slightly up and down, but the hinge joint on there is really tight due to transformation, so I wouldn't recommend doing it. He does have ankle rockers, so you can get him into a sprawl-legged position. And one nice thing about Tigerhawk is that he does have some decent-sized heel spurs on the back, so he can stand on a flat surface fairly well. But as you can see, so he is really bounced pretty well. But my hand, the way I'm holding my hand up, he wants to fall off, so that's why I'm holding him here on the back. But yeah, decent amount of articulation, especially for a leader class figure. So even though it's a bit early in the review to say this, I personally think you get your bang for your buck when you get Tigerhawk and add him to your collection. So without further delay, now that we've looked at his robot mode, let's get him transformed into his beast mode and we will wrap up the review. Alright, so here is Tigerhawk in his beast mode. He is massive. He has got an enormous wingspan. When you fully have it splayed out, it's so wide I can barely keep it in full frame here on my camera. So yeah, he is a massive beast, and I can see why the designers had lots of fun with designing this new action figure for Tigerhawk. The jaw on his beast mode can open and shut, but the range is somewhat limited. He's got really large legs, and the claws are not symmetrical. Oh, they are. They're not mirror images of each other. The claws on this paw are slightly bigger than the other ones. He does have symmetrical legs on the back. But yeah, he is a really massive, really impressive beast, and again, I really enjoy how accurate he is compared to his appearance in the Beast Wars cartoon. For some really quick size comparisons, here he is with Tigatron and also with Airazor, so he looks really nice next to them. So, not much, even though the head is looking downwards slightly when he's in beast mode, you can't, he's designed to be flying through the air, so he's looking down at Predacons to hunt most of the time. So yeah, that is Tigerhawk. And for the final part of your question, do I recommend getting this figure and adding it to your Transformers collection? Absolutely I do. You cannot go wrong having Tigerhawk in your collection. So thank you guys all so much. This has been the TFangeek, and until next time, you guys, please stay safe, stay healthy, transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.